Coach, that's obviously the team with a 14-game, 13-game lead on everybody else in the East. Just what worked for you guys to take such a commanding lead this tonight?
Well, I think the start, I think we were very good offensively, defensively. Did a lot of good things. But you got to, the way they play, you got to play for 48 minutes, and we didn't do that.
Is there a feeling about this game, about the team, where you guys were able?
Well, you want to get better. To me, there's a lot of things that we have to get better at to prepare ourselves for the end. So just take it game by game. I thought overall, it's been a long road trip, and to come out and play the way we did, we did some really good things. But there's still a lot of things that we have to work on.
I think I recall Wiseman saying that the media cares more about just the media, but beating this team and beating the way that you did. I get it. They're too good to probably be terribly affected by it. But from your guys' standpoint, to come in here with the possibility that down the road you have to do it again, is that a good seed to plant?
Well, I think that we obviously know how good they are, and to win a game on the road is hard. And we've been a good road team all year, but they don't count any more than any other game. So, but it's a good test, for us to show us exactly where we are. And like I said, in every game, there's things you do well, things you don't do as well as you would like. But this team will test you in a lot of different ways. And, just like we saw, the way they shoot threes, lead is safe. And you can never let your guard down. And, we say it all the time, and you see it in the league every night. There's 25-point leads, dissipate. And, you can't do that. So, but I thought our rebounding was good. I thought Jaylen was fantastic. I thought Josh was just a monster, making big play after big play. OG is really coming, and that's a great sign for us. Dante was Dante, and I thought Bogey gave us really good minutes as well.
That end seems to be sticking with you. Was there a thought to bring Jaylen back in there?
No, well, I wanted to see, look, I wanted to see what those guys could do. Like, there's going to be bumps, and you have to navigate through that. And so, my thing is, I don't want to see the same mistakes repeated over and over. And I want us to understand there's a difference in the fourth quarter, and I want us to understand what it is to use good judgment in the fourth quarter. And so, those are things you evaluate, because you're determining your rotation based on those things. So that's how, when you say, how do you evaluate a player, that's really how you evaluate a player. It's how do you function within the group. And then do you understand, what's going on in the game?
Tom, they guarded Jaylen with various different guys. They blitzed him, they switched, they went with a ton of different coverages. He seemed to solve them really quickly. How much of his kind of most recently do you think has to do with that sort of aspect of the game, just how quickly he's recognizing those different coverages and figuring out how to beat them?
Well, I think it's a credit to him and his teammates, because they all have to be connected. I think when you're a primary player like that, everyone has to understand, and you have to be working at his pace too, because the double teams are coming fast, and if one guy's not in the right spot, you can't take advantage of it. And we can get great offense off them putting two on the ball. And then there's things we can do to create good shots for him as well. And I think we're doing that. So it's everyone working together, and that's really how you evaluate your team. You want your team working together. It's if his teammates aren't doing what they need to do, then he's not going to be able to do what he does. And everyone playing to their strengths, that's a big part of winning.
What do you mean? What do you mean by you have to play at his pace?
Well, so anytime you're being double teamed, right? Those decisions have to be made quickly. So you have to be thinking ahead as well. So if you're a step behind, he's not going to be able to get the ball out, right? So you got to be there so he's got his outlet so he can get the play. And then we got to make sure he continues to move so we can get the ball back to him against the spread defense where they're not set, and we can take advantage of it that way. Then we got to recognize, okay, what's going on in the game? So they were moving Porzingis around. We have to recognize that as a team, right? Who's he guarding? Okay, how do we get him into the action? How do we get Horford? They do a good job. They have a great defense and they have a great offense.
Tom, I know you don't. I'm going to try anyway. You don't like
no, I don't.
doing comparables, but This stretch for
Or hypotheticals.
This stretch for Jaylen. I mean, you coached Derrick Rose's MVP year. You coached Paul Pierce. You coached Tracy McGrady. I mean, where is
David
this-
Robinson.
David Robinson with scoring right
Kevin Garnett.
now. Kevin Garnett. a lot of great
That's good. That's what you call good fortune.
Yeah. Where does this have you seen this type of scoring?
It's just it's in the funny thing is, I mean, it's not funny because it's a tribute to the way he works and who he is as a player, because like we're seeing it now, but we don't see the years of work that he put into this, and that's what I think makes it, like for me, like watching him grow up and see all the work that he's put into the game, and to hear like naysayers doubt him, and everyone's got naysayers. That's part of sports, But for him to continue to prove everyone wrong, and the best thing is he thinks he can get better, and he will, because it's his mindset. He's never satisfied. Good enough is never good enough. He always wants to do more and get better, and he wants his teammates to do. He wants the team to do well. He's just he's a great player. And what he's doing for the team. It's not only because he's impacting winning in a great way, So, and like I said this the other day, the numbers are staggering. And the winning is the winning, but to also have the humility to go along with that, I think that makes him endearing to his teammates, and we're lucky to have him.
There was a stretch there where Bogey seemed just out of rhythm completely earlier this season. Just the last 6 games, double figures 4 times. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, it's great. He's a gifted scorer. I think his teammates are starting to recognize how to get him shots, and he's making really good reads. So he's playing well, and that's given us a big boost.
The bench lineup you've been going to last few games, one with like Bogey and kind of four defenders. It's had some good minutes. Or what are you?
Yeah. And I thought Precious gave us, when they were big, when there was a stretch with Horford and Porzingis in there, that they played well. Our bench played well, particularly in the first half. We didn't close the game well, and that gives us something to work on. But for the most part, they gave us really good minutes.
What do you think of the lineup where you threw basically? I guess it was OG at the 2. I don't know. It was OG.
Yeah, I love the way OG's playing. And I think his versatility. You can play him at the 2, and eventually we'll get to some post up for him too. So, and where we can take advantage of his size. He's great cutting. You play him at the 3, play him at the 4. We could actually go small ball 5 with him. You're not losing any defense, and that's what I love about him. His defense is. He made some great plays to start that game that really, got us going, got us playing with a lead.